Hi, my name is DeeDee Lake, and I'm with CrossRiver Media Publishing, and we will be celebrating the launch of Abba's Lessons. It's 30 ladies have devotions in it, and it comes out in October. And one of our authors from CrossRiver is Cathy Krafve, and she's also in Abba's Lessons. I am so excited. She's my friend. She's my pal. I love this lady. I could sit and giggle with her all day long. So, Cathy, how are you?
I'm awesome, DeeDee, and I'm especially glad to see you. I missed you.
I missed you too. We've been busy and we kind of haven't, been like two ships in the I don't know, in the dark. I don't know what it's called. Two ships in the night. That's what it is. Yeah, that's what you and I are doing. So, what are you working on? What are you doing these days?
Well, this has been kind of an interesting summer for me, DeeDee. One thing that's happened is God has given me a real clear direction on how He wants me to proceed. And I've been kind of relieved because I was feeling a little directionless. And I've been trying to do a lot of things that had to do with, our books and getting those marketed. And I felt like I was drowning. And so I just took some time and really got before Him. And He showed me that I could do this. And I'm so excited about it. I could focus on small churches and really give people resources. And He showed me a plan for doing that. And I've already gotten to implement it once. And so you can find that on my website if you're interested. But I'm so excited about it. I love small churches. I love the idea of equipping women to do the thing God has called them to do. And just to have better conversations. What we say is change the conversation, change the life.
Oh, absolutely. I love that. Change the conversation, change the life. Absolutely. So your story, your devotion is called We Only Keep What We Give Away. And when I first saw that, the title, I was like, huh? So then, of course, I had to read more. It's your writing, so I wanted to read more. Tell us, so one of the quotes from it that I wanted to quote was, you wrote, welcoming others with a hospitable heart is the best kind of gift. And this is really a story about your friend, not you. Is that right?
Yes. So often when I write, I tell personal stories because I think people want to know the author before they can trust the wisdom you want to share. I personally like to know who I'm listening to,
Yeah.
who I'm reading. So I do try to give that bit of myself to everything I write. But this story was so great. And when my friend shared it with me, I said, do you mind if I share that story? That's so awesome. And I won't tell the whole thing, but it's about a trip they took to Ethiopia. And you know how the Bible tells
Oh,
us.
it's about the lady that her house burned down, Joan.
I'm sorry, I have two stories that go with that. Okay, yes, I'm actually writing a book on parenting, and that both the stories are in there. I love the Ethiopian story, but this story, okay, now I remember which one. I love this story too. In it, I tell about my friend who gave me the most precious gift to my children, and then her house burned down. And so I was able to give her back that gift. And so she kept the one thing, that the few personal things that she kept were the things she'd given to other people. She is just a generous person in that way. She tends to give herself to other people. And so that taught me a lot. The morning of that fire, I'll never forget that. It was amazing to me that, a beautiful home, her structure, it was kind of well known. Her house was built by a well-known architect here in Texas, and it was gone. But everything that she had given to other people began to come back to her. And so I tell that story. And so I'm really happy that that's the one that got chosen for the book, because that's a beautiful story.
It really is. And just your heart, you can feel your heart in it too, and in the story. So I think that people are really going to enjoy it. And they'll come away from understanding what hospitality is, what giving away, and by giving it away, we get to keep it. It's kind of a weird dynamic, but isn't that really kind of true about all Christian things? Like, to be the best, be the lowest. I mean, it's like that's just who we are. To be strong, we need to be weak, not weak, but we need to let other people go, before us. And so the same thing with this, she gave things away and they came back to her, and God is so good. I mean,
But
so
I
many
think
times.
I learned so much about welcoming others from this dear friend of mine who always, when I see her in a group, she will raise her hand and holler my name across the room to make sure I know where she is and that she's glad to see me. And I never experienced that until this friend. So in my 20s, I began to learn from her what it means to really be welcomed into a group. And a lot of people think I'm like a Tigger, you know, fun, fun, fun. And what they don't know is inside I'm more like Piglet. I'm very insecure. And so she taught me to give that to other people, to just watch for my friends. And when I greet them like I haven't seen them in a million years and welcome them. And then it's pretty sweet the way that has turned into a generational thing in our family. So at holidays, it's nothing for us to have extra people at the table. And my children love that, and they give me credit for it. And really what they don't know is I did that out of insecurity at first. And out of the hard places in our marriage, I just invited people into our life because I needed them there. I wanted to open my doors and just give David and I a different kind of atmosphere at home. And it's just paid off, DeeDee, in every way.
I mean, it's
so
I know.
weird.
Yeah, but you took what was a weakness, or God took what was a weakness and made it a strength. And you really are the hospitality queen of the Texas with the twang. Is that what your title is that you use?
Truth with a Texas twang.
Truth with Texas twang. Well, it has been great to talk to you. I'm looking forward to the book coming out, the Abba's Lessons, because again, your story is a part of it. And anytime you get to read what you write is pretty amazing. So thank you for doing that.
Can I interrupt you? And just before you say goodbye, here's what I do with Abba's Lessons. I love the Abba books so much that I usually buy at least a case. And then for Christmas, I give them to my girlfriends, and I'll even sign my page. But I want you to know this year I have to buy 2 cases because last year I ran out. I mean, that was such a good, the last one that came out, I loved it so much. So I'm eager to do that again. I just want people to know that's an option. Buy a case, give them to your friends for Christmas. You don't even have to bake anything.
I'm not a baker, so yeah, I like my idea of buying a book. I mean, I feel as though I'm keeping the bakers of the world in business by not doing it myself. See, I just support them, and it makes my oven last longer because I don't use it. So you know, it all works out.
That's right.
You take care of yourself, and it's so great to see you. And again, Abba's Lessons comes out in October, and we hope you guys all get a copy.
Love you, DeeDee.
Love you.
Bye-bye.